bear who once lived in a toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for someone to come along and take him home. What animals do you see beside Corduroy?
I see a kid.
A kid?
And I see a giraffe. I see a princess.
A princess.
And I see a bunny. And I see a bird. So I see a bunny. And I see a giraffe.
The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost a button to one of his shoulder straps." What did he lose? What did he lose? His button. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Have you ever lost something?
I lost my paw patrol. But my daddy got it.
You lost your dog?
And I lost my green and black and white monster. They did not. Water was in my Paw Patrol, like my Marshall, and run water at my house.
Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain, he wondered? I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. What is Corduroy going to look for? His button.
I think he knows on the bed.
He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas, and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." Have you ever been to a palace? He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried. He tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, he was tied down tight. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button and the mattress Corduroy toppled, bang onto a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Why do you think it failed?
Why he knocked that thing down? When that button thing fall, he just got in that and then that fall.
When he pulled the button off, it failed?
Yeah.
Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." Who do you think he's going to see?
A bear. A bear.
He flashed his light under and over the sofas and beds until he came into the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with all the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home. Shall I put him in a box for you?" said the sales lady. "Oh, no, thank you," Lisa answered. She carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." He's happy because he's got his own bed now.
Why is she sad?
She said.
She's sad right here.
Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug.
I